Describe what you're doing,
I'm
please.
doing MSN recording.
Fine.
Then I'm going to copy it to the clipboard.
Put it in a notepad. Paste it in the notepad.
I am.
You have to select the record first
No, I don't.
and copy to the clipboard.
I don't need to do. I can do it first before I put
And
it to the
file
clip.
save.
I can do that first. You know, I don't have to do the other one first.
Right. Paste the video file name. Paste the video file name embedded in the file name.
What?
You have mine and Sony, you know that? The way you work.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
Yes, you are. What camera is this using? What camera is this using?
The Microsoft.
No, it
camera.
isn't. Okay. I'm going to join now. Gemini is
join.
taking notes. Hi. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Great. Yeah.
Perfect. How
Good.
are you guys doing today? Nice to see
Okay.
you.
How are you doing, Evan?
Doing really well. Doing really well. Thank you.
Okay. So, Evan, I wanted to check with you on. I've been so impressed with Gemini and Notebook LM, and we're doing a lot of work here. And I wanted to check with you to see how it's going and what are you having in the future.
So, thank you for scheduling the meeting. As far as I know, I see that you guys expressed a little bit of interest in the voice over internet protocol.
Yes.
So, from my understanding, you guys might be interested in creating your own sort of customized, specific AI agents that work
Yes.
within your organization. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's really great. I'd love to hear more about it. Are you looking to integrate this VoIP solution within your current system? Are there any specific challenges that have popped up within the last time we spoke?
Well, from the last
service?
time we spoke, yes, a couple of things. One of the things that we're doing is I'm also teaching hybrid, and I'm doing recordings, and I'm using your Notebook LM, and I also have a number of videos that I want the basically AI to interpret what's happening in the video.
Got it.
The still images, not just the audio like Google and Notebook is doing right now. Actually, to look at the image, analyze each image, each one of the 30 images in a second, interpret each image separately, and then connect each image to the other with the story, just like AI can do.
Gotcha. Okay.
And more importantly, we give the students a phone number that they can call, and then our AI discusses with them the problem, helps them solve it, and make the instructor one person in the video conference together with the AI and the students.
Got it. And do you know about how many students or end users would be using this new solution?
Well, we'll start as a pilot between 100, from 40 to 120.
Got it. Okay. So it's really important that this is as efficient is, of course, but automated.
Yes.
The phone number that it's kind of human hands off, mostly AI.
Well, it's a combination of basically, for instance, I'm the professor. Let's say, Evan, you're in my class. Basically, I'll have an AI with me, basically as if it were co-teaching.
Just like in the middle of the class, we call 800 Chat GPT. And on the other end of the phone call, Chat GPT is joining the class and discusses with the professor what the professor is teaching, in this case IT and AI, and gets involved in co-teaching the class, helping the professor teach, and also responding to the questions of the questions of the students, some of which are in person in the lab, in the class, and the rest of them are online with Zoom, which is also streaming live to YouTube. One piece that is missing is the interpreting of still shots in a silent movie, which Google is not doing right now. It just takes the audio and interprets the audio. What we are adding to it is interpreting the still shots in a silent movie, explaining each image by itself, and then connecting each image to the other image with the story that describes it beyond audio.
Got it. Okay, so for example, would this be used in a classroom for questions still,
yes,
just about content that's visual?
And more importantly, it will be used for administration. Let's say that you are a student that wants to register to the University of Miami, right? And you bombard the call line with questions that the AI can answer, even better than any administrator. So you talk to the AI first, and then when you need to involve an administrator that will tell you stories about the university, the administrator can join, just like you can join a discussion that right now Notebook is doing by clicking the button of join. And in addition to the podcast that the Notebook is doing, you get the real person adding to the podcast beyond the AI script.
So this AI solution would be touching a couple different spots. It sounds like to me it'd be in the classroom, and then also would it be within that application office as sort of a help bot?
Yeah, okay. Like a help bot, like admissions. Let's say you're interested, or at the university of being admitted. This is my GPA. What are my chances of being admitted? So it could be that. It could also be for donors. Basically, let's say you're an alumni of the university. So basically, the alumni could be, the chatbot could basically call out to you, speak, and then transfer it to, let's say, a professor or administrator.
You are bombarding a call line that can handle one call at a time, and you are raising it to handle unlimited number of calls at the time until you need the person to be involved. In the meantime, the person that is going to be involved is watching a dozen different conversations in progress between the caller, you, a prospective student, and me as the administrator. I'm watching them and watching for the point that the AI needs to get a human being involved, and then I, as a human being that knows more than the chatbot, joins in the conversation and answer specifically the question that you raised as a prospective student that the AI doesn't know yet because it has been just recently done.
Got it. And so this project here, would you two be leading this?
Yes.
It does go university-wide, but the pilot project...
No, the pilot, we'll be starting with the pilot, and then if it's successful, then I'm also basically the advisor to our IT innovations. So they said, go ahead and start it, and let's see what are the issues. So one of the things is at the university, Microsoft is heavily induced in the university, and I'm trying to have them basically be agnostic at the least, but basically tell them that Gemini has a lot, and Google has a lot of tools that we can use as well. So I want it to be Google-based.
Basically, the university, the IT now, excluded Google and anybody else beyond Microsoft, and they decided we are going to be a Microsoft shop, and we don't care about everybody else. And also the security, we used to use other third parties. So now everything is Microsoft, and that's it. And if you want to do something else, we are not supporting it. You can do it on your own.
Well, it's not that they're not supporting it, but they want to see justification. You understand? And so they say, you understand? So they said to me, go ahead and do a pilot, and we can see why is this any better than Copilot. For instance, they wanted me this week to be the champion of Copilot and train me to do Copilot. But I see so many more advantages of what you have.
Specifically, Notebook LM.
You know?
So Microsoft,
Yeah.
so Microsoft doesn't have anything like that.
Close.
But officially, they told the university, the administrators, you don't use anything that we don't support, which is Microsoft, period.
Right. But they're much more, but they're willing to do that. I'll take it.
Unless we are convinced otherwise, you come and convince us that they have something to offer that Microsoft doesn't have.
And we're even thinking about it as almost an agent for every professor, then can also be basically have an agent describing their office hours, describing what tests they have. It's basically describing their research. So we almost envision it as basically there'll be a bot for every basically agent for every professor. You see that? And a lot of times getting and when they can't answer a question and want, let me see Dr. Rush, and basically she'll get back to you.
So
but a lot of the common questions the bot can do, and the bot can answer. If you're like at 1 o'clock in the morning worried about an exam, what was the exam? Where is the exam? What is the exam going to cover? Go to the bot. The professor or the teaching assistant isn't going to answer you at 1 in the morning.
Got it. Yeah, I completely agree.
You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, but you can.
When you are a procrastinator, like a lot of the students are, they wait until midnight before the test to study, and between midnight and the morning, the professor is not going to have an office hour with you and tell you what